So I don't have my speaker notes over there, so I will use my phone again, which I was just doing on the panel. But yeah, welcome. Lovely to, continue to see you after that awesome panel. We had a lot of fun there. So I'm Ollie, and I'm really excited to be here at Cosmoverse in 2024 in Dubai. So this city's been really, really fun and fantastic. Yeah, so I have been in blockchain since 2017, been in the Cosmos since 2021, and joined the Interchain Foundation back in January. So it's been a lot of fun since. And a few months ago, I gave a talk while at DevMos. If you haven't watched it, that's also a good watch. Titled Cosmic Cat Herding. And so my talk today actually builds upon that presentation. We dug into a lot of things about the developer experience during that talk, and we're going to see how far we've come since then. Ultimately, solving the developer experience of the Interchain stack it's hard, but it's not impossible. So at Interchain Foundation, we're really committed to overcoming a lot of the fragmentation of the ecosystem. It was just mentioned earlier as well about fragmentation and such. And yeah, honestly, we gathered a lot of feedback for that talk, and we got pretty harsh. I'm going to quote myself here from that last talk, which itself was actually quoting feedback from one of our engagement surveys that we would just find a lot of the stack. And someone said, not my words, by the way, docs are horrible, code is difficult to read, and the Interchain Developer Academy is unnecessarily verbose. So yes, we are taking this seriously. A little bit of more of a recap is that we are fighting an uphill battle against fragmentation due to this decentralized development environment that we all have across the Interchain. And the impact of Conway's law, it seems in fashion to mention this law from before the moon landing, but it seems ever present today. That, Conway's law loosely says that the structure of a software system follows the organizational structure of the teams that build it. So you can sort of see it in like car manufacturers if the gear stick team is friends with the dashboard team. So it's similar with our ecosystem that by being fragmented, making sure that the communication paths are correct and the collaboration is happening. It's always exciting working in this distributed way of working, but it's not easy to do DevX in it. So, but we're fighting through, and so let's have a look at what's changed. So, first one, since the talk that I gave at DevMos, we have introduced the first of the Interchain tutorials. And so these are new tutorial videos that, the first one was done with Reese from Strangelove, who was absolutely awesome. And it's a really cool 30-minute video that you can get up and running with an IBC-connected local custom chain with a name service module on it in 30 minutes. I've never seen that before in the ecosystem. If you're interested in getting into the code a little bit, really, really good place to start. But better yet, the stats on the video were absolutely phenomenal. And we got some good words from our friend Oscar there as well about the performance of this video. It's been the top impressions video on the Interchain YouTube. The shorts that we did from it have been our most viewed as well. And yeah, highest impressions of any video, with the watch time being 7.7 more hours than usual. So we can very clearly see that there are devs out there who want tutorial content, who are really excited to get going quickly. And so we're doubling down on this as we go. And I mean, this has been lovely validation for some of the work we've been doing. But what else? This one's cool. We actually announced this a few weeks back, but this is InterchainGPT. First time mentioning it on stage. This is well, as anyone who's used ChatGPT before, you can sort of guess what it does, but it has ingested all of the documentation of all of the 5 components of the Interchain stack, and any developer who arrives on currently the Discord, which is where most questions get asked, join it if you're not there, any developer who arrives on the Discord gets far faster responses from this bot that knows our docs inside and out. Yeah, so it's also supported by our humans as well, predominantly Reese, who you saw the picture of in the last slide. But actually, something really cool that I found out just a few minutes before, that we didn't actually know, a few minutes before this talk, is that it's multilingual. And so anyone can actually ask this bot questions in their native language and get developing based off its responses in whatever language they like. Well, in terms of programming language, it'll usually go for the SDK and Rust for Cosmoverse, but in terms of like communication language, you get what you want there. So this, we've already seen some really cool stuff from. It's on Discord for now, docs later, but where it gets really, really exciting is that we can draw a lot of insights from it. We can see how complete all of our Interchain documentation is because of the certainty to which the bot is able to answer questions. So if ever it's uncertain, it flags it in our dashboard. So at the moment, we're sort of hovering around 17% uncertainty. I mean, some people are asking out-of-stack questions, but that number we're going to get up as we learn about our documentation and where the holes might be. And so, yeah, it's going to help developers find information quickly, provide insights for us into the docs, and really just bump up the DevX and get us a faster time to response, but still supported by humans. So jump into Discord and give it a try. The more we use it, the more we can understand about the landscape that we're in, thanks to a lot of these modern AI tools that we're now able to use. So unification examples, fine. I want more. It's a pretty demanding slide, I must say. This one's a big one. We're introducing the unified Interchain doc site. This is like v0.5. You can actually, it is hosted right now. You can visit it, but don't poke it too hard. It might fall over. I say v0.5 of a doc site that gives a one-stop shop for developers to be able to touch on all components of the Interchain stack in one home. It has been historic that the stack components have been living, all of their resources have been living in many different places, fragmented, and the wayfinding experience, I love the word, has just been not great because of that. And so this is us moving towards that kind of unified structure of developers being able to find what they want when they want. And it also gives us consistent documentation across the stack. So you can see the IBC Go docs here. Again, a massive shout out to Reese from Strangelove, who's done a lot of the engineering work on this. And best of all, the best of the whole thing is obviously we have dark mode. Okay, round of applause for the dark mode. Yeah, there we go. Yes, that's what I like to see. So, bringing things back, this sets us up importantly for a new developer portal, a new front door to the Interchain, specifically for those engineers out there. We've had a new person join the team, Serene, our developer experience designer, and through that we've been tackling a lot of the research that we've done in the past, research we're doing presently, and research we're going to be doing in the future, understanding from all of the development teams exactly what our developers look like, and Hackmos, big call to action here, Hackmos at the end of Cosmoverse, we're going to be gleaning a lot more information and understanding of how developers interact with our resources so that we can keep this train going. And so, yeah, we're really excited for a lot of the things on that side. We have been making a lot of headway. I mean, we were just in working sessions earlier, just before this, actually. That's where I discovered that the bot can do multiple languages. But this is what's happening in our world. Let's actually also have a look at what's going on in the rest of the world. So the industry insights, according to a BCG report, developers are wielding way more clout within their businesses, and their decisions are being adopted by the higher-ups. So it's actually the developers on the ground who are informing a lot of the decisions. So if we can give a great developer experience to those who are actually touching the things, then we are able to gain adoption through the more senior and through the ones actually doing the decision-making through their organizations. 76% of devs are using AI tools extensively, and 70% of them don't see that AI is a threat to their jobs, but are using it more as a tool. And so this is also why we're leaning into things like InterchainGPT and using AI bots to give us a little bit more insight into what's happening with our developers. And back into our house for Interchain devs, the things that represent the biggest pain point from the research that we've done is around docs and support. And so you can see that we're doing the support part with InterchainGPT, the docs part with the unified doc side. So we are trying to tackle top-down, head-on from those main points there. This one's a weird slide. Electric Capital has a developer report that goes out every year that I'm always excited to read. And actually, many of the devs I know, they wait up at night for that report to drop. But what many people don't know is it's actually, the data of it are all open source. And so anyone can actually go and commit their repos to this, well, repo. And they then index that in order to assess the landscape of all of the crypto ecosystems. So this is another call to action that if you know of a repo, if you're building something cool, for better data, both to this really cool report that comes out every year, and for the sake of our data, because it's also useful for us, please go and add your repos to the Electric Capital repo, because those data and that publicity and stuff really goes a long way. And now, so wrapping up, what I really want to say is that developer experience, we're working a lot on it, and things are moving and things are getting exciting. But ultimately, and I said this during DevMos, developer experience is open source too. And we're looking for a lot of support from the community and the ecosystem in order to get everything into all kinds of awesome states and for people to be able to share what they're working on, the exciting things, tutorials, documentation that they've been doing, and that all fits into what we're currently building so that we can get greater exposure to the developers out there of good content. So learn from the workshops tomorrow, join the Discord, try out the InterchainGPT bot, the IBC Ideathon that I mentioned lightly, that's pretty exciting too and has been ongoing. We've seen a lot of really cool submissions already. Come hack at Hackmos, that's the important one. Follow me, follow us, and we've got a good booth out there as well, so swing by, we'd love to see you, we'd love to speak with you. And thank you, and we'll see you there.
Thank you so